Hi, everybody. This is Steve Maggi from SMA Law Firm. Welcome to Building the Bridge. I'm here with Cal Patel from FL Patel Law in St. Petersburg, Florida. Hi, Cal.
Hi, Steve, and everyone watching. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's great to have you, Cal. So I work with a lot of companies that are overseas, and they've decided to expand to the U.S. What are the most important things for them to keep in mind on a corporate tax and other legal levels when expanding, when setting up a business here in the U.S.?
Yeah, Steve, that's a great question. Expanding into the U.S. For any sort of foreign business is potentially a great idea, but not all great ideas are worthwhile. So every foreign business needs to ask, why is it they want to expand into the U.S. and have good, valid reasons, because it's not easy. It's going to take a lot of effort on the part of the company to be able to do this because it's a major expansion. And what I mean by that is, you're going to be getting facilities, hiring employees, potentially transferring your employees there, protecting your brand. So there's a lot that goes into it. And if you're committed to doing business in the U.S., then, the next step is, what's the process look like, right? And so the process would be first setting up your entity in one of the states here in the U.S. And then the second thing is also getting your business plan ready, getting your lease and who's going to be operating this business and things like that. You can either have, actual employees in the United States, or you can also expand virtually too, which is a common option for a lot of companies these days. And both great ways to do it. But again, it'll depend on the scale of your expansion as well. And the process is pretty much, it'll depend on your scale. And so if it's a virtual business, you can kind of get that expanded into the US in maybe 6 months or less. But if it's going to be a larger business, where if you're like a manufacturing facility or setting up a sales office, it might take a little bit longer than that. And
I just wanted to ask about perceptions from the outside that have to do with this. I've seen a lot overseas when I presented this Silicon Valley or bust. And I think people don't understand the scope. You were talking about the scope, how dominating even a small percentage of a regional market can mean great success. So what have you seen in Florida, for example, that is an example of that?
Oh, for sure. I actually have a client who's in the Dominican Republic, and he owns an IT business where, they refurbish IT hardware and do IT, server maintenance and things like that. And one of the things they did was they expanded their office here in Florida, because Florida has a great Latin American market, and they're able to get a lot of customers much more easier because, one, U.S. customers, trust working with U.S. companies because, they're part of the same jurisdiction versus, working with foreign company. While it's the same company, it's just, there's a trust issue there that, putting your presence in the U.S. kind of overcomes and bridges the gap between you and your customers.
I think that's why it's so important to work with a corporate attorney that understands what the business is about, but also what the risks are and what it really means to expand, because you're taking a lot of your capital and you're putting your brand and its reputation on the line. You want to do that the right way. So how do people get in touch with you once they've done some market research and they're starting to dip their fingers in the pool to see how a U.S. expansion might work? How would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, definitely. So I offer a free consultation to anyone that's interested in moving their business into the U.S. Go to our website, flpatellaw.com, and fill out the form, get in touch with us, or use the chat feature to schedule a consultation with me. They'll schedule you right then and there, on my next availability.
Great. Thanks so much, Cal, for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Steve.